What's up, people? Balance patch is just around the corner. At the time of I'm recording this video, it is Saturday, and for the Asia server, the Guild Siege finals is going on right now. I mean, it haven't started yet. It's like gonna start in an hour at the time of this recording. So we can expect to see the balance patch pre-notice pretty soon. I would assume the balance patch would go live sometimes next week. So the pre-notice would be somewhere between after the Asia Siege is over until Monday probably. I think the latest I think it will be released. The pre-notice is next week Monday. If the pre-notice is released Monday, that means the balance patch will go live Wednesday, usually 2 days. Usually 2 days after, or if they release the pre-notice this weekend, we might see it on Monday, but I think we'll see it on Wednesday. Most likely we're gonna see the balance patch goes live on Monday, so I expect the pre-notice is on Monday next week, maybe, or maybe Sunday. But they rarely release the pre-notice on Sunday. They rarely do anything on Sunday unless it is like necessary to do something on Sunday. So balance patch, talking about balance patch, maybe if we are talking about nerfs, I can only see probably hey gang, everyone is asking for, I mean not everyone, but people are asking for the nerf of Hey Gang. Maybe a nerf on Gianna. Hopefully not. Okay. My favorite net 5. One of my favorite net 5s, of course. And maybe a nerf for this lady also. Where is it? Burkill. Or the Assassin's Creed equivalent of the Light Eivor. Maybe. I could only see like nerfs probably on these 3 units, but I think we might not see like any significant nerf for this time. Maybe just a bug kill, maybe. But I don't think it's gonna be a nerf on Hey Gang. They haven't touched Hey Gang like for the last I don't know how long. So maybe Hey Gang is just a necessary evil in the game right now, because there's so many strip and stun like Gianna, right? If they nerf Hey Gang, I feel like they're gonna nerf Gianna, because Hey Gang is kind of counter to Gianna, but not everyone has Gianna, but a lot of people still have Gianna, especially in the higher rank. So if they nerf Gianna, probably they nerf Hey Gang, but if they don't nerf Gianna, maybe they don't touch Hey Gang, or maybe they just give Hey Gang a slight nerf. What would be a nerf to Hey Gang that doesn't completely destroy Hey Gang? Maybe they reduce this, the attack bar, the increase of attack bar of all allies 10%, 20%, maybe they reduce this to 15. And also the attack bar increase after if all harmful effect also like reduced to 15 or something. Maybe like a slight nerf, maybe, but that still make Hey Gang pretty decent in my opinion to counter those strippers, right? Strippers CC units or something. So I don't see them nerfing this. Maybe, hopefully, I prefer more buffs than nerfs actually, right? Because if you nerf your units, you will make a lot of people like disappointed when they spend all the resources to build the units. Unless, if they do this nerf like in some other game, well, the game next door, if you nerf a unit, you give the people a chance to what do you call that thing? Take everything away. Right? If you build a character and then you unbuild it, like they give back all the resources. I think they've done this before to some units, right? So if they nerf a unit, they should give an option to the player to have them be able to unbuild a unit and give back the resources, like the Devil Mons, if you have a Devil Mons, or the the material to evolve, and then the material to level up or something. Just give someone back those resources and give back the devil mons if they choose to unbuild a unit because of a nerf. I think that's fair, right? 10 games, 10 years into the game, I think that should be in the game if they nerf a unit. So I'm for me myself, I'll rather see lots of buff than nerf. Lots of buff, like to change the meta or to make a new meta. What would I like to see buff? I like to see Ariana buff because I have her. She seems a bit lacking. I don't know how to buff her to make her a bit useful though. She just doesn't do enough in my opinion. They gotta give her something else. She's a good, like, maybe healer and your immunity, but I don't know. This is an LD5, right? She's supposed to do something more. It seems like, yeah, it's a good, I mean, if you are a good support like healer and immunity thingy, but you are not used that much, that means you're not that great. Even Riley is better than her, I think. In RTA. I'm talking about RTA, okay? I'm talking about RTA. I don't do Siege that much, so I don't know about like Siege meta or something. I'm not familiar with them. I'm basically talking about RTA meta. So maybe, I don't know, you have to give her some buffs or something. And then I still expect them to at least buff the recently collab units. They already did touch on Gojos and Megumi, right? So I hope this time they touch on Yuji and the Megumi. No, not Megumi again. Yuji and Nobara. At least Nobara, give her something else. This is also another LD5 that I have. Give her a bit more and she'll be good. All the Megumi too, I guess, give them a bit more. This one, as first glance, I thought this is like decrease your hit points by 5%. This is so great. And the HP of all allies by 15, but it's 15 of the current hit points. If this is a 15% of the max hit points, maybe just change it 10%. 10% of the max hit points, this would be slightly better, but 50% of the current, not that great. But 10% of the max hit points of the enemies, that would be great. That would be way much better. And also the UGs, the damage is underwhelming, I guess. They need to buff the damage somehow. They don't need to, maybe they just, for this balance pack, just give them more damage. Increase the multiplier. That would be a step in the right direction, I guess. And then the Drakan Warrior, probably they need some buff to the Drakan Warrior. This guy, I heard, is not that great. They need to do something about the passive. Again, up the multiplier of the damage. And maybe they will be better. The water one is kind of okay. The wind one is also kind of underwhelming. Need more buffs, need more utility, need more, like this skill, right? Wait, what is it? This one. In theory, this looks nice. The skill looks good, but you only decrease the hit points if you have, if you can strip. So what if you put debuff on the enemy, you also reduce the damage, the hit points. Maybe not 15, maybe it's just 10 or something. If you put debuff, then, but this skill doesn't put debuff, right? Maybe if you attack enemy with a debuff, you do damage, certain percentage, maybe 5%, 10%, who knows? No, 10% is a bit much if they have, so a flat 10%, not counting any debuff. So do additional 10%, damage of the enemy's hit points if they have a debuff or something. So I hope they touch that. There will be, what else do I want to see buff? I don't know, but that's, I'm not sure about the rest. Maybe they'll buff something here and there. LD5 that I want to see buff, but it's so hard to ask for a buff for an LD5 when I don't have that, right? Maybe a Nigong, buff Nigong somehow. Nigong looks good, but needs buff. I don't see it. I mean, it's hard for me to ask for a buff when I don't own the units because I don't use them, so I wouldn't know, right? Yeah, I don't know. For the others one, for the other net 5, again, maybe they should buff like recently released units, make them more useful. It's sad that Comtois always release a new monsters and they don't make them like somehow at least useful. Usually they release a unit with skill that looks good, but in theory, the skill looks good, but on the field, they doesn't seems to do well. So I hope they somehow, when they release new units, they make them at least somewhat useful. I think they are afraid to make a unit like power creep, right? There's like other games that always release a unit and there's a power creep where they release a unit that's very strong, very OP, and everyone needs to get that unit, and then they nerf, and they nerf them in the future or something, like some other game. Okay, but for Come to Us, I think they learn from their past mistake where there are like a few occasions where they release a unit that's too strong, they have to nerf like a few days after, like the Onimushas and the twins, for example. And then after that, they never release a unit that's too OP or something. But at least you make the units useful on the day of release, at least, so that people are excited to get them and use them, and not like get the new units and then wait for the buffs. Okay, Come to Us. And speaking of releasing new units, I feel like they're gonna release after this balance patch. Of course, not with this balance patch update, right? But after this balance patch update, I think together with this event, this one, right? This one is mid-December, right? I feel like in mid-December, they're gonna release Ancient Transcendent Pack. They're gonna come out with this event, and then they're gonna release new monsters. Possibly, because last year they also do the same. I mean, last year they don't have this anniversary kind of event, but last year they also released the Ancient Trans Pack on mid-December, probably December 13th, if I remember correctly. December 13th, somewhere there, mid-December. And then they also released the Twin Angels, I think, December. So maybe this year they're going to do the same. They're going to release new units, mid-December. If I see the calendar, mid-December. If we have an update next week, probably December 11th. Somewhere there, maybe. New monsters, December 11th, or somewhere around there. And then they come up with this event, and they're going to come out with Ancient Transcendent Pack because it's close to Christmas, right? So that's what I'm looking forward to. Balance patches, event number 10, new monsters, because I'm saving up again. Okay, I'm saving up again. Okay, by the time they release the new monsters, I'll probably have 800 mystical scrolls, hopefully, and then more light and dark. Not a whole lot of this. This also I save up so that I'm ready, because right now, for the water one, for the fire one, I'm only, I mean, this guy hopefully get buff, right? Only Mu Guang seems pretty good from this 4. Water one, I'm actually only missing the Yujis, and I think he might need some sort of buff for the damage multiplier. Wind one, only 3, and all are not that good right now, so I don't really have the incentive to summon right now. So I'm waiting for the new units, and hopefully the units are good, are like usable on the day of the release this time. Okay, Come to Us, please. More buffs on the next balance patch, more buffs to the less used units. Hopefully no nerfs. I don't mind Heigang not getting nerfed, even though I hate fighting Heigang, but I hope she don't get nerfed. He doesn't get nerfed. And of course, December, please, event number 10, please make it at least something good. Give us lots of scrolls. Hopefully, let's hope you go with the 10-year special scroll again, just in time. If you release new monsters, everybody would be happy. Everybody will be buying your packs, Ancient Transcendent pack. And if, by the way, guys, if they release Ancient Transcendent pack, I might do a giveaway. Okay, I might do a giveaway because it's December, it's Christmas time. Probably not on the day of the release. I'm doing good do a giveaway probably a few weeks after that. But keep watching my videos. You'll never know when I'm gonna do the giveaway. Of course, stay subscribed, turn on the notification so you know when I do the giveaway. Okay. And for those of you who haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Okay, subscribe is free. Click on the subscribe button. If you can join the membership if you want. It helps me out. Okay. And yeah, that's about it. Okay. Bye.